First, I'd like to thank all the folks in the audience in the white shirts and other shirts who came to support this, and apologize to you because, quite frankly, I'm embarrassed that this pass has been allowed to be shoaled over for as long as it has been. When I first got elected, I think that next month in December, I went to a Waterways Committee meeting about Atons, and at that meeting they were talking about how Big Marco Pass was blocked and needed to be dredged, and I believe that's what started the whole process with Jason Tomasetti exploring what the options were. When I got this email from Dan High last month indicating that nothing had been done, I quite frankly, I was shocked. So I really wanted to get to the bottom of it, and that's what led to the white paper. And it seems like originally we were supposed to have money for that dredging project put in the Army Corps of Engineers request to the infrastructure bill, the big national infrastructure bill. Well, it never got approved. It turns out that the government prioritized passes that dealt mostly with commercial tonnage. That's how they phrased it, you know, how much commercial tonnage passed through this pass. So our money was taken out of that budget. And this, we never got any feedback, and we never knew what the heck's going on. So when I heard that, I followed up at the local level, figuring, you know, what can we do locally? And I contacted Andy Miller from the Coastal Zone Management section. He's the head of that. And he was explaining to me, well, you know, you could get in touch with the Coast Guard. And, you know, if I followed Dan's email thread, the Coast Guard did channel markers. You know, they put the Atons up. So as the shoaling pinched off our channel, they said, well, go through here. You know, and as I understand it, those Atons are not permanent, and they got washed, they get moved around. So when I followed up on that, it seems like the Coast Guard was really waiting for the Army Corps to dredge, because they said, why should we put permanent Atons in and channel markers if the channel's not dredged? So they both got kind of mixed up together, and the long and short of it is you were not satisfied, you know, you were not service, and we had to do something about it. Because if you read my white paper, I mean, it's an accident waiting to happen. When the captain of the Marco Princess says, I can't get through the damn pass, it's time to make sure we do something. I mean, we have a new marina with 125-foot, multi-million-dollar yacht sitting in it, and I wonder how those folks are going to get through. So this is something that we need to act on, and I'm going to let our chairman talk a little bit about his conversation with Andy Miller regarding the financing of it. But the bottom line is money has been spent. I actually went back and listened to every Tax Development Committee, I forget the formal name of that committee, thank you, Tourist Development Committee, which gets the tourist bed tax funds. And there was close to $2,700,000 spent out of that money in 2021 to dredge Wiggins Pass, Doctors Pass, Clam Pass, and then emergency dredging of Clam Pass. And when I inquired about that, I said, how come that money was used to dredge their passes and not ours? It was basically because it was assumed that the Army Corps would take care of us, and that there wouldn't be a need to do that. So there is a need, and we're going to follow up on it, and we're going to get some money, and we're going to dredge the darn pass. And I just like our chairperson to just, he's told me it got additional information today after speaking with Andy Miller about funding and the possibility of getting some of this money sooner rather than later. So, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to turn it over to you.